My name is Melissa McKay. I'm a developer advocate for JFrog. I've been with them for about 3.5 years. They're a DevOps company, and I've learned a ton about software development life cycles and processes that software engineers go through every day. I think just like a lot of organizations out there, we're experimenting with it. The LLMs are certainly interesting, and we have some definite use cases, I think, that are going to be valuable that are coming out. Not sure I can talk about all of them just yet, but I will say we are working to support work in this area. So one of the more recent things that JFrog introduced was the ability to have repos that are within like an Artifactory instance that can hold Hugging Face models. So I'm relatively new to the AI and ML world. So right now what I'm doing is going to conferences like Scale by the Bay to learn more and be introduced to the people that are involved heavily in these subjects. I would like to see in my future, at least in my role, to be able to talk more about it, especially having some implementation that we have done internally that I can speak to and speak about the challenges that we went through getting there and getting a solution out there. For now, though, I'm just privileged to be here and to meet a ton of new people introduced to my world. I've always been heavy in the software industry, been a developer for years and years and years, but I've met people in this conference I've never heard of or seen before, and I'm incredibly impressed.
Now for the hard one.
So as with any conference, it's a really, at the end of the day, you think about all of the wonderful talks you've been to. Today, this is the second day, there was an incredible, fantastic keynote by Leah McGuire. She talked about, use cases for LLMs, and in particular, what her company has done with LLMs, and also some of the worries behind it, and the advancements that have been made, and how much we should really worry about these things, which I think in her case, she said, don't worry. But that was pretty incredible. It's one I want to take back to internally and watch again and review. One coming up early this afternoon that I'm looking forward to is with Ivan Perez, and he's talking about open source in space. That's always interesting to me. Through him, I was introduced to the open science org that is starting up that IBM, I guess, is fostering. That's something that is interesting, trying to introduce the methods and ideas of open source in the science community. So that's something really interesting that I intend to be a part of later. So my favorite part about Scale by the Bay, this isn't my first time attending and speaking here. I'm incredibly impressed with the quality of speakers that you have put together. There have been conferences in the past where, there's so much to choose from, and you might get little tidbits of information here and there, but every session that I've been to here has been very heavy with information, enough so that I'm going to have a lot of notes to review when I get back home. So just the quality of the sessions, I think, is something to speak to the most about Scale by the Bay.